Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. The book I'm going to share with you today is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I believe many of you have heard of this book. Since its publication in 1997, it has swept the world with total sales exceeding 40 million copies, translated into 109 languages, and sparked a wave of financial education globally. So what is the magic power of this seemingly plain financial book that has profoundly influenced a generation's view of wealth and even changed their life trajectories? Today I will explore the financial wisdom contained in it with you. I want to emphasize that this is not just a financial guidebook, but a work of ideological enlightenment. It inspires us to form the right financial concepts in order to become truly rich people. So what kind of financial concepts are right? Let's follow the author Robert Kiyosaki's footsteps and find out. Robert had two dads, his biological father and his friend's father. The two dads seemed to have similar social status, but ended up with completely different life outcomes. Robert's biological father had PhDs from Stanford and University of Chicago, was a high-paid civil servant, and lived a respectable life. However, he worried about money all his life, and when he went bankrupt, he had no savings left, only a butt full of debt. On the other hand, his friend's father did not even graduate from middle school and was a businessman with little education, but he succeeded in business, amassed a fortune of over 100 million, and became a philanthropist. Robert was shocked to see the completely opposite results of the two fathers. Why did his excellent father end up penniless? And how did his friend's father start from scratch and create a happy life? This leads to the core idea of the book. Different financial concepts led to the vastly different life outcomes of the two fathers. Let's first look at Poor Dad's financial concepts. 1. When encountering unaffordable items, he always said, "I can't afford it," instead of thinking about how to earn money to buy them. 2. He always advised his son not to take risks and be careful with money. 3. He hoped his son would save money diligently and rarely invest. 4. No money talk allowed at the dinner table. 5. He believed the government would meet the needs of the people and relied on state welfare for his retirement life. 6. Life priorities. Most income is used for living expenses. Such financial concepts are typical middle-class thinking. They work hard but dare not invest. They save but rarely buy assets. They prioritize satisfying life needs and seldom consider capital appreciation. The limitations of these financial concepts are: first, it is easy to generate fear of difficulties. When encountering unaffordable items, they choose to escape rather than think about how to obtain them. Second, asset awareness is weak. Most income is used for living expenses rather than purchasing appreciating assets. Third, dependent mentality is strong. Their retirement life is completely entrusted to the state's social welfare. Fourth, thoughts are conservative. Do not dare to take investment risks and hoard money. Such financial concepts caused Poor Dad to end up with nothing despite hard work. In contrast, Rich Dad's financial concepts are vastly different. 1. When encountering unaffordable items, he would think about how to earn money to buy them, never saying, "I can't afford it." 2. Dare to take investment risks, but control risks. 3. Regard money as capital to create more wealth, not living expenses. 4. Often discuss investment and finance with his son. 5. Does not believe the government will meet individual needs and takes care of his own retirement life. 6. Most income is used to invest in purchasing assets. Such financial concepts demonstrate a typical capitalist mindset. First, dare to think and take action. When encountering unaffordable items, do not evade, but think about how to obtain them. Second, focus on asset reserves. Not only meet immediate needs, but also purchase assets that can appreciate. Third, be independent. Take care of your own retirement life, not rely on others. Fourth, dare to take risks. Dare to take the risk of failure in exchange for the possibility of success. It can be said that Rich Dad's financial concepts are an advanced version of the middle class, more proactive, enterprising, and focused on capital operation. This kind of financial concept is the key to getting rich. The most essential part of Rich Dad's financial education to Robert was the 4 financial lessons. Lesson 1. Do not just work for money. Rich Dad told Robert a joke. A mouse was trapped in a cage and desperately ran around trying to get out, but it was actually running in place. Many people work just like this mouse, seemingly working hard but gaining nothing inside. Rich Dad believed that the meaning of work is not just money, more importantly, to learn skills, broaden horizons, and accumulate connections through work. Therefore, smart people will treat work as an opportunity to improve themselves, not just hard work solely for wages. Obtaining capacity growth is the core value of work. Lesson 2. Distinguish between assets and liabilities. Rich Dad asked Robert to understand what assets and liabilities are. Assets are things that generate positive cash flow, such as stocks, bonds, real estate, etc. These can automatically make money for you when you are not working. Liabilities require you to continuously invest cash flow, such as housing loans, car loans, various living expenses. Smart people buy more assets and reduce unnecessary liabilities. Make money a capital that generates money, not just to fill the holes in living expenses. Lesson 3. Seize opportunities that others don't see. When Robert was 9, he worked in a convenience store and Rich Dad canceled his salary. Robert racked his brains about how to make money, and finally discovered a business opportunity: tidy up the comic books the convenience store wanted to throw away and open a comic book reading room, charging 10 cents per person, with great success. Rich Dad told Robert that there are undiscovered business opportunities everywhere in life. The key is to seize them yourself. Stop meaningless complaints and actively look for solutions. Lesson 4. Continuously reinvest. Accumulate wealth like a snowball. Rich Dad told Robert that the returns from investment cannot all be spent, but must be continuously reinvested like a snowball. If a person spends all the money earned, the wealth will remain stagnant. Only by continuously turning the gains into new investments can wealth accumulate like a snowball. This is how rich people continue to accumulate wealth: continuous reinvestment, making money generate more money. Through the above comparison, we can clearly see the huge differences in financial concepts between Poor Dad and Rich Dad. Poor Dad's limited middle-class financial concepts led him to end up with nothing despite hard work. Rich Dad's capitalist financial concepts helped him create huge wealth from the bottom up and achieve a happy life. This shows that concepts determine destiny. The right financial concepts can lead one to success. The wrong financial concepts will lead to poverty. So we say it again: the core revelation of Rich Dad Poor Dad is, one must learn to develop the right financial concepts in order to become truly rich. This book is worth careful consideration by everyone and improving one's financial concepts. Well, today's sharing ends here. If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe to support me. See you next time.